Welcome, I'm Adina Wanja and I guide high-achieving men and women create extraordinary lives and loving, ecstatic relationships. The intention of this podcast is to empower both men and women when it comes to life, dating, relationships, and intimacy. I believe that by both men and women being healthy, powerful, and loving, we can be in thriving romantic partnerships and create a better world together. If this is something you resonate with, then please keep listening. In this episode, I am sharing with you the 5 mistakes I believe are the worst to make when dating for a long-term relationship or marriage. And I want to speak about them because I see many people making them and I see many people suffering severe consequences because they've made them. So, in order to avoid unnecessary pain and wasting years of your life, I would highly recommend you do not do these things I am going to discuss in this episode. Mistake number 1, which I believe is the worst one, is fast physical intimacy. And here is my definition for fast physical intimacy. Getting physical with someone you do not have an emotional connection with. You are not compatible for a long-term relationship. You haven't vetted their character, and there is no commitment between you and this person. As you can see, fast has not much to do with time, but it has a lot to do with truly knowing this person and making some sort of commitment to them. While for some people, marriage is the required commitment to get physical, not all people want marriage or want to wait until marriage. However, being intimate with someone without any commitment, like for example, mutually agreeing to sexual exclusivity or mutually agreeing to being in a monogamous relationship or getting engaged, is not smart or good. And here is why. When two people have physical intimacy, their bodies release oxytocin, which is also called the love hormone, which means that you are now starting to grow in love with this person, and your brain starts now seeing this person as your partner. So because you now see this person as your partner, you stop seeing red flags and incompatibilities and you brush off bad behaviors. Basically, because of the oxytocin released when you are physical with this person, you grow in love with them, but you are not aware that you are starting to develop these deep feelings for this person. And when you date for marriage or a long-term relationship, the last thing you want to do is to develop deep feelings for someone you hardly know and you might be incompatible with. Also, some people can get physical without developing deep feelings for someone. But this doesn't mean that just because you can be intimate without getting emotionally involved, you will not have any negative consequences from getting physical fast. What happens in this case is that it gets harder and harder to create emotional intimacy with someone and commit to them. And although you say you want to be in a relationship, you keep not opening your heart and your life for committing to someone. Fast physical intimacy actually keeps you single or in shallow interactions. If physical intimacy is the most important thing you are looking for in a relationship, you will not be able to choose a person who is good for you on long term, and you will not be able to create a deep connection and a strong relationship with anyone. If so far you have prioritized physical intimacy over common values and dreams, emotional intimacy, mental chemistry, you need to stop. Otherwise, you will never be able to create a fulfilling long-term relationship or marriage. This doesn't mean that you won't have amazing physical intimacy with this person. It just means that this is not the priority when dating for a long-term relationship or marriage. Of course, that you want to be attracted to the other person and you want the other person to be attracted to you. However, physical attraction adds to the connection. It cannot create it and sustain it by itself. Chemistry is only one of the various ingredients required for an extraordinary long-term relationship or marriage. It is not the only ingredient. So make sure you have other things in common with this person other than physical attraction. The second biggest mistake is related to the first one because the second cannot happen without the first one, and it is making a baby with someone you hardly know and haven't made a conscious commitment to. Why would you want to make and raise a baby with someone you hardly know, who could be a mentally disturbed person, or who could have a very bad addiction, or who could be physically aggressive, or who cannot give you what you truly need in a relationship, or who would just not be the best partner for you? I understand that after a certain age, both men and women can feel that they are running out of time and because they want to create a family. However, making a baby with someone who is either a bad person or a bad person for you will have many bad consequences on your life. And not only on your life, but on this baby's life as well. Your responsibility as a future mother or father is to make sure this child has a safe home and two sane and loving parents to grow up with. Stop being selfish and thinking only of yourself and what you want. Your future child also has needs, and it is your responsibility as an adult to make sure you and your partner can provide a peaceful and caring environment for this child to grow up in. So in case you choose to get physical with anyone, make sure you use protection. Do not assume the other person uses. There are plenty of women who got pregnant because they allowed the man not to use any protection. And there are plenty of men who became fathers, although they didn't want to, because they believed the woman when she said she is using protection. Stop being so trustworthy. Make sure you use protection. The third biggest mistake is also related to the first one, and it is being blinded by the physical attraction and committing to someone mostly based on it. Choosing someone based mostly on physical attraction is like buying a car based mostly on how it looks. Is this car safe? Does it have a good engine? Do the brakes work? Does it have seat belts? Does it have air conditioning? These are just a few questions that someone who wants to buy a car asks and checks for. It is astonishing how people check for more things when buying a car than when committing their life to someone else. Your job when dating for a long-term relationship or marriage is to go beyond physical attraction and to get to know this person on a deeper level and see if you two would be compatible for a long-term relationship. Because someone can be an amazing person, but if you two want to have different things in life, the relationship cannot work on long term. Again, you want to have physical attraction with someone, but make sure this is not the only thing you have. How does this person deal with conflict? How do they communicate their frustrations and desires? What's their relationship with their family of origin? What do they value in life? What are their flaws? And can you accept these flaws they have? Do they have any addictions? If so, how much do these addictions affect their life? What relationship skills does this person have that makes you think they will make a good partner? Do you have some common life goals? These are just a few things you need to discover and observe when you date someone. Making a conscious choice to commit to someone will save you from bad relationships and wasted years in your life. The fourth biggest mistake is committing to someone you have major incompatibilities with. Compatibility creates attraction, but attraction doesn't create compatibility. I am going to say this again. Compatibility creates attraction, but attraction doesn't create compatibility. According to the dictionary, compatibility is defined as a state in which two things are able to exist or occur together without problems or conflict. A feeling of sympathy and friendship, like-mindedness. As you can see, compatibility comes from similarity, from things you have in common with someone else. The more mindsets, goals, values, hobbies you have with someone, the bigger the compatibility will be. So answer these questions. What kind of lifestyle do you want? How many kids do you want? What's your perspective on parenting? What are your medium and long-term goals? What do you want your legacy to be? What are your life principles and values? What hobbies and passions do you have? What makes you feel loved? Can the person you are dating give you what you need in order to feel loved? And can you give them what they need in order to feel loved? These are just a few things to take a deeper look on in order to see if you and this person would be compatible. Also, when checking for compatibility, it is important to see if you and this person have complementary skills, mindsets, and qualities. For example, maybe one of you is great at driving and the other one is great at cooking. Or maybe one of you is great at making money and the other one is great at fitness and other health-related things. Or maybe one of you is more relaxed and calm and the other one is more passionate and spontaneous. Having different skills and qualities will make your life easier, and you'll also have the opportunity to learn from each other. So both of you will become better people. Moreover, just because you are compatible with someone, it doesn't mean that this person would make the best partner for you. It means, however, that there is an ease and a friendliness with this person, which makes the interaction with them pleasant. This doesn't mean that you won't have conflicts and different opinions. It just means that for the most part, you and this person get along well, and it's easy and pleasant to spend time with this person. If you are to think about it, the people in your life with whom you have the best relationships with are the ones with whom you have things in common, and there is this easiness in your interaction with them. Do not choose as your partner someone with whom you are having great chemistry or physical intimacy, but you have lots of conflicts and there's a lot of negative emotions when you interact with them. You won't have a good relationship with this person. Instead, choose someone with whom you can be friends if you weren't also lovers. Friendship is based on a state of mutual trust and support. So is this person trustworthy and supportive? Of course, this doesn't mean that someone you can be friends with would also be a good romantic partner for you. It just means that being capable of being also friends with someone is a very important ingredient for a mutual fulfilling romantic relationship. And the fifth biggest mistake is committing to someone thinking they will change themselves or a bad habit they currently have. Could you live with this person for the next 30, 40 years if they chose not to change anything about who and how they are now? Yes or no? If this person smokes, can you accept them like this? If this person has 10 extra kilograms, can you accept them like this? If this person has a spicy temperament, can you accept them like this? If this person loves climbing mountains every 2 weeks, can you accept them like this? If this person is not very responsible, can you accept them like this? Change is the hardest thing human beings can do. And someone can change something about themselves only if they consciously work on it. No one can change themselves because another person tells them that a certain habit is not healthy or if they criticize them for a certain personality trait. Yes, in some cases, you can motivate someone to change through ultimatums, consequences, and by supporting them, but you cannot do the work for them. So think very well before committing to someone who has some bad behaviors which you hope they will change. People change when they put the work in, not when other people want them to change. If you cannot accept this person as they are not your person. Move on and find someone else. And if you are a woman and you think that the man will change when he loves you, you are signing up for misery. Change has little to do with love, meaning that a person can love you and still not change their weight or their drinking habits or their career path. Again, ask yourself, can I accept this person as they are now, or are there things I would like to change about them? Change takes time and a lot of work. And if the person you are interested in has a physical or characteristic or a habit that you do not like and you cannot tolerate without losing your respect for this person, then they are not the best person for you. And if you are listening to this, you most likely want to become the best version of yourself, and you also want a partner who is consciously working towards the best version of themselves. So when dating, make sure to check what this person has done so far to improve themselves and how they are currently working on becoming the best self and on creating a better life for themselves. If someone is showing proof through their behaviors of working on themselves, this is a great sign. None of us is perfect, but your life will be easier with someone who wants to be a better person and who is also actively pursuing the highest version of themselves. And if you are committed to creating the best version of yourself and of your relationship and you resonate with me, you can work with me one-to-one in my The Queen and the King coaching packages, where we will work on attracting the best partner for you and on creating an amazing relationship with them. You can find the links of the programs in the description. Thank you so much for your time and energy. And if you found this episode helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. More goodies are coming. I hope to see you again in my next episode. Until then, keep evolving, loving, and creating. Bye.